So this is how we form. Where field name, operator, if you want to write a where condition, where field name, operator, value, where field name, operator, value, where field name, operator, value. Where rating not equal to where close date equal to so we are writing where field name operator value, where field name operator value, where field name operator value. We can also go for multiple conditions. So where field name operator value and or again if you want to write multiple condition field name operator value and or field name operator value. Where name equal to Wipro, rating equal to what? Where name equal to Wipro, rating equal to what? Where rating equal to what or ownership equal to public. Where rating equal to warm or ownership equal to public. Where rating equal to warm or ownership equal to public. Rating equal to warm or ownership equal to public. So this is how we are creating. Where rating equal to warm or ownership equal to public. So we are writing multiple conditions here. We are writing multiple conditions. We are writing multiple conditions. We are writing multiple conditions. So SOCPAL where field name operator equal to value, where field name operator equal to value, where field name equal to field name operator value and or field name operator equal to value. Multiple condition. I can use and or to add the second condition. If you want me to add a second condition, and or. I hope you are good with this. Right. Let us take a quick conditions here. Let us take a quick examples here. Write a SOCPAL query to fetch all the accounts whose industry is banking. Write a SOCPAL query to fetch all the account records whose industry is banking. Write a SOCPAL query to fetch all the account records whose industry is banking. Write a SOCPAL query to fetch all the account records whose industry is banking. SOCPAL query to fetch all the account records whose industry is banking. opportunities whose stage name is write a SQL query to fetch all the opportunities whose stage name is closed one. Write a SQL query to fetch all the leads whose lead source is web, rating is hot. Write a SQL query to fetch all the leads whose lead source is web, rating is hot. Whose lead source is web, rating is hot. Then we had select name, where stage name equal to close one. Select name, stage name, close date from opportunity, where stage name equal to closed one. First name. Right. I hope you are good. This is how we are writing the where condition. Right. Let me give you a use case. Let me give you use case here. My use case is I have a pick list field here. Industry. So whichever the industry I have selected, based on the industry, I need to get the corresponding list of accounts. Now, whichever the industry I have selected, if I modify the value of industry, based on that industry, I need to get the corresponding data. Now, if I modify the industry value, based on the industry, I will get the corresponding data. If I modify the industry value, based on the industry, I will get the corresponding data. So, based on the industry, the corresponding data will be given. Based on the industry, corresponding data will be given. So, this is my requirement. So, let us see how this is implemented. First, I was supposed to create a pick list. public list of select options, public string selected. Then I'm going to give public SQL way. List of string. So what did I do in this case? What did I do? I created a quick list option with the value banking, education, housing, and energy. I created a quick list field with the options banking, education, housing, and energy. Then I'm creating a method. Right. I'm writing a SQL query. How we are forming the query? Accounts equal to select phone where industry equal to select ID, name, phone, industry, rating from account where industry equal to select. So whatever the option you have selected, based on that option I am getting this value. Now why I am using colon? Industry equal to colon selected. If you are trying to use a variable in the SQL query, we are supposed to mention colon before the variable. Right. Now how you are giving the VF page?
Satish.
Yes.
The reference, like wherever you have described the reference memory, we can define it at the starting where you have declared the variable.
Now,
Initialization of the memory can.
is it valid or not? Can I create like this? What did you do in the first line? Created a variable. What is the value of age? Null. Later on, what you done? Age equal to 10. What is the value of accounts? What was that? We send the data. Both are same only. Right? Right, boss? Apex form. In the Apex form, I have taken value equal to select. How you define the options? Now select list, select options, value equal to options. Now whatever the option you have selected, based on that, if the value in the pick list is modified, I want the data in the page block to be changed. Now I am giving here value equal to equal to. Now we are going to get this data. But on what basis we have to get this data? Based on the option what you selected. So what I'm doing here, action, support, event, on change. What does it mean? When the option is changed, when the option is changed, perform an action called. What is the action I give? Then re-render. So what was that? Was whenever the option in the pick list is modified, the selected option will be stored in the variable called selected. Then call a method called show. So have a preview. We are getting the corresponding data. But initially there is no data. When there is no data, why you want to display the page block? When there is no data, why you want to display the page block? When there is no data, why you want to display the page block? So I can give rendered only if accounts dot size. Now, did you assign the memory here? What is the value of accounts here? Null. When you call the show method, it's empty or values. So if accounts dot accounts, if accounts is not null, not of is null. Until you call the show method, it's a null. Until you call the show method, it's a null. Until you call the show method, what is the value of it? It's a null. Until you call the show method, it's a null. Once again, go back. No. This is how we are displaying the data. Are you getting my point here? Clear, boss? Am I clear with this? Now, I feel that page block is showing one extra block. This is how we got the data. I hope you are good with this. So based on the option what you selected, I am writing the SQL query, getting the value. because the whatever the option I have selected, it is stored in a variable. Then what I was supposed to do? I was supposed to add colon followed by variable. If I want, I can also add one extra condition here. What was that extra condition? Then I am giving if selected not equal to, if the value of selected is not equal to none, then do it. If it is equal to none, what should I do? If it is equal to none, now you are given this. When should I go to where condition? When should I go to where condition? If the option what you selected is not equal to none. If it is a industry or banking or something else, then this is the query. If it is not equal, if it is equal to none, there is no need of writing any where condition, right? So the same, I will put a different clause here. Let us see. Now, here I am giving when industry is not equal to none, do this option. But what if I selected a none? Then there is no where condition. Now, is it a fixed query which is going to execute? It is not the fixed query. If you select the none, there will be a different query. If you select a none, there will be a different query. If you select other than none, there will be a different query. The query will change depends upon the option what you selected. If you select none, then it should be select ID, name, phone, industry, rating from account. That's all. When you select other than none, where industry equal to selected. Did you get my concept? Did you get my concept? Let me show the same example in different way. Now look at this one. I have a form. Such name, industry, such. When I enter the name, now what is the guarantee that you are going to enter the name? Are you sure that you are going to enter the name? I may enter the name or may not enter the name. Are you sure that you are going to enter the industry? Are you sure that you are going to enter the industry? No. Now you may enter both the values, may not enter both the values. You may enter a name, you may not enter name. You may enter industry, you may not enter industry. So look at this structure. Let us start one by one. Let us assume you are entering only, you are not entering anything. If you don't enter anything, you are not entered anything. Then what will happen? The query is select only this is the query. Only this is the query. If you don't enter anything, the query will be, suppose not equal to blank. That means you enter the value. industry is blank. What does it mean? You enter the name but not the industry. Then how the query will be? Where name equal to whatever the name you entered. Let us say Wipro. Suppose you entered industry only. Then we have a query. So, is it a fixed query? Is it a fixed query? It is not a fixed query. Then will you write these many queries? Right. So, is it a fixed query what we are executing? No. So, the query has to be formed. I cannot write 4 queries. If there are 6 fields, will I write 18 queries? No. So, what should I do? I have to form the query dynamically. I have to form the query dynamically. So, this query has to be formed dynamically by the system. So, what I am doing? First, you need to understand a quick point here. Now, if I understand this point, if I take string query equal to select, I am giving where name equal to Wipro. If I give this, what is the output we are going to get? If I print the query, what is the output we are going to get? Now, if I give string query equal to where name equal to slash single quote Wipro, I give what? Slash single quote. If I give slash single quote, what is the output we are going to get? Where name equal to slash single quote means single quote will be printed. Same if I give string query equal to where name equal to slash single quote Wipro slash single quote, then what is the output we are going to get? Where name equal to slash single quote means single quote Wipro slash single quote means single. Now, when you are writing a query, what we need? Do we need where name equal to Wipro or where name equal to Wipro in single quotes? Wipro is a string. We want the string value to be in the single quotes. Now, what should I do? If you want to print single quote in the value, we are supposed to give slash single quote. How we are supposed to give? Slash single quote. Where name equal to slash single quote value slash single quote. Are you getting my point? If you want to print a single quote along with the value, what you are supposed to do? Where name equal to slash single quote value slash single quote. Now I have taken the Wipro as a fixed value. Now I don't want to take Wipro as a fixed value. I want to take Wipro as Wipro. Then how you write it? String query equal to where name equal to slash single quote close. Because value is not fixed, I have to append what? Variable ACC plus single quote start means start of the string. Single quote end means end of the string. This is what I get. So when you give this, what is the output we are going to get? What is the start of the string? This is the start of the string. This is the starting of the string. This is the ending of the string. Within the string, what we have? Where name equal to slash single quote means single quote. Slash single quote means single quote. That is the end of the string. Open the string, close the string. Where name equal to slash single quote. So single quote, close the string. Plus string plus anything is what? String. Plus ACC name. What is the name of ACC name? So Wipro. Plus single quote start, single quote end. There is a string. What is there in the string? Slash single. This is how we got. Now name equal to Wipro. Did you get my point? Did you get the point? Once again I'll write. Let us see. Now query equal to where phone equal to slash single quote plus this is what we are getting. So what happened here? How do you write? Where phone equal to slash single quote. Right. This is the end of the string. Plus what was there in this? In between what you are supposed to do? Phone. What is the value of phone? Plus slash single quote. This is how we get it. Where phone equal to so and so. Are you getting my point? Now if I give last name plus last name plus first name. So what was the last name? I have given Mahila plus first name. So string plus string, you will join the values. Here also, this is one string, one string, this is another string, and this is another string. 3 need to be joined. Are you getting my point? Okay. I'll give some exercise, just complete this. I want the output like this. I want the output to be like this. Using ACC name equal to Wipro, I have to form a query like where name equal to Wipro. This is output I have to forget. If I give system.debug query, if I print the query, my output should be this. Form the query. Create these 3 examples. Everyone make an attempt of creating these 3 examples.
Satish, can you show the previous example once?
Yeah. Yes.
Satish, the single / and the single quote is used for one single quote. Then what is the significance of those red quotes which you have marked in?
How do you write this thing? String has to be represented in the single quotes only, right? If you're writing a string, how do you
Yeah,
write this? If you write a string, how
but
do you write?
one back.
Backslash is to print a single quote. That is not a string. Now you want the value to be in single quote. You are printing now. If I give Wipro, this is Wipro. How do you give Wipro? String Wipro. If I give string name Wipro, what is the output we are going to get? Wipro we are going to get. If I give string name equal to single quote, start of the string, then slash single quote. Slash single quote is not a string. It is printing a symbol. Wipro slash single quote. This is single quote is to indicate start of the string, end of the string. Slash single quote will give you, slash single quote will print a symbol. So what is the output we are going to get? Suppose if I give single quote slash star Wipro slash, I give slash double quotes slash double quotes. Now we are going to get the output. Slash double quotes is a symbol. That is not telling you a string. When you give slash single quote, it is a symbol which is going to be printed. Single quote is to represent string. Slash single quote is to print a symbol called single quote. It is going to print a symbol called single quote. I hope you are good.
Yeah. Thank you. Understood.
Continue with the 3 examples, boss. Please mute your mics.
Sir,
Yes.
so just now in the Apex class, you created a pick list or drop down with the energy. Okay, you call the method, right? If you want to clear when the page is refreshed, then you will call that variable name dot clear, right?
Keep
The
declaring
same
the
way,
flags. Yeah.
if we are having an integer value in the text field, uh, like instead of that rating equal to colon you give,
I
right?
need to
Instead of that,
write a validation. You want to simply say,
clear when the page is refreshed, I want to clear that text field value which is
make it as
integer.
a null or make it as a 0
Where in Apex class or in the forms?
in the Apex class. Because the values what you entered is totally a variable, right?
Correct.
Now, if you modify the value, if you reset the value of a variable, automatically that will be represented in form. If I give name equal to Satish, in the form you get Satish. If I give name equal to blank, in the form you get a blank. So reset it in the Apex class.
At the end, right? In that
Yes.
class. Okay.
So how did you write this first one, boss? String query equal to. This is a string what I want to print. What do you want to give first? Where name equal to. I want a symbol called slash single quote. Then close of the string. Why? This Wipro value should be taken. I'm getting a Wipro because ACC name is Wipro. So I have to give ACC plus single quote slash single quote. Where name equal to whatever the value of ACC is there, that ACC which is a Wipro, and slash single quote to print end. Similarly, here we have string query equal to rating equal to slash single quote plus rating plus slash. Where rating equal to slash single quote plus d value plus and amount equal to. Why amount equal to a value straight away? It is not a string. I don't want to print any symbol before this thing. I don't want to print any symbol like this, so I have not used slash single quote. Straight away told amount equal to a value. I hope you are good with this. People are good with this.
Satish, still it is confusing for me why so many quotes are coming. Can you one more time go like
Now, is it a fixed value or a dynamic value? Now, are you giving a fixed value called Wipro? Are you giving a fixed value called 10,000? Whatever the A value is there, that A value I want to use. Whatever the B value is there, that B value I want to use. They give like this, string query equal to. What does that mean? What is the string we have given? Where name equal to. So what is the output we are going to get? Where name equal to. What is the value of ACC name? We are going to get this. I told string query equal to where now I have next example here. I'm writing a query. Query where name equal to plus and amount equal to plus. So what is the output we are going to get? Start of the string. This thing what is given? Where name equal to. This is the start of what is there in the string? Where name equal to plus ACC name. What is ACC name? Plus and amount equal to. What is the plus amount is what? This is how we are forming. Plus is going to add value. String plus string. String plus anything. Plus is joining the value. Now the problem is, if you want to write a vary condition, will you write the vary condition like this or like this? Which is correct? Above one or below one? Below one.
Below one.
Then how you get that single quote? If I give like this, what will happen? If I give like this, what will happen? So this is starting of the string. This is ending of the string. Single quote if I give, wherever the next single quote is there, that will be the end. So it will give where name equal to, then end of the string. Now what is the next one I give? Single quote. It is a single quote. Single quote, and what is the next one? The single quote. Now what is unknown character? Because it is considering this as the end of the string. What is your intention? Your intention is if I give single quote, it will print single quote. If you give single quote, it will not print single quote. It will consider this as end of the string. So if you want to join two strings, plus like this you should be there. Did you give any plus symbol here? Now it is going to consider this as one string. Start of the string, end of the string. Your intention is what? If I give single quote, it is going to print name equal to single quote. But it will not print like that. It will consider this is the starting of the string, this is the end of the string. Then in between, did you give any operator? No operator. So it gives what? Error message. Are you getting? So if you give single quote, it will consider as end of the string. But if I give slash single quote, it will consider as special character. So what happened? If I give slash single quote, it will print a single quote. Slash single quote is not the end of the string. Slash single quote is not the end of the string. Slash single quote is what? Printing a symbol called single quote. Did you get my point? Is that was clear? Right? Now let us see how to form the query. Now, you want to form the query. How you want to form the query? Let us see. Where rating equal to. If I give this, what is the output we are going to get? Where rating equal to. Now I gave plus b value. So what is the b value? Is it valid or not valid? What you are supposed to give? Before the worm, there should be a single quote. After the worm, there should be a single quote. How do you print the single quote? Slash single quote. Then we are going to get single quote. After the worm also single quote. So what I am doing? String. Right? Then I have and amount equal to what we have, single quote and amount equal to plus. Now do I require any single quote for a value? Not necessary. This is how I got it. Are you clear about this? Are you clear? Now make an attempt of writing the same. One more time, make an attempt of writing the third statement. Everyone, make an attempt of writing the third statement.
Satish,
Yes.
I have a doubt from a Visual Force page where you have just
And
wrote. Okay.
this topic, you're speaking about today's topic.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead. What is your query?
in one place you have written mode equals to main detail. So I had a
Remove the
doubt from
background
previous
color.
classes also.
That will remove the background color.
So in place of main details, we can write anything of our choice.
No, no. There are only edit, main detail options are there. There's fixed values.
For mode variable.
Yes. Mode property is attribute.
Yeah, mode property. Sorry.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Edit and main detail only.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And also on that VF page, we have, no, in the Apex page, we have used selected, which is a string variable.
Yes.
But I do not see any value assigned to it, but we are calling it on the VF page.
Once you select option, the value will be assigned to it. Whatever the option you have selected, that option value will be saved in there.
So correct me if I'm wrong. So selected is not a keyword. It can be ABC also, and then it will be assigned to it.
It is a variable, yes. It is a variable.
Automatically.
That's what is a pick list, right?
Yeah, select option is for pick list. I understand that, but I don't see any assignment which we have done manually in the coding, which is going to the variable.
You are not assigning manually. Whatever the option you are selecting, you want the system to assign it. In the pick list.
Can you please highlight it? Can you highlight it in the text? So from this pick list.
Don't elaborate. Got the point. Right. Now we have the points here. Which option you are going to select?
Selecting education.
Right. Now, are you sure that every time you select education?
Right. No, it can be dynamic.
Right. Hold. Don't elaborate. I'll explain it. Leave it. Okay. Now, in this case, can I give a value manually now? Can I give selected equal to education only? Selected equal to banking? Selected equal to housing? I cannot. Right. So, what is the purpose of giving item label and item value? At the time of creating a pick list, you are giving select option, item value, item label. So what is the purpose of this? Label will be displayed. Now if I give select option, right, what will be displayed? TJ will be displayed. If I select TJ, what is the value we are going to get? What is the purpose of item label and item value? Label will be displayed. If you select the label, value will come. Where is that value saved? Now I selected TJ. When I selected TG, now we are going to get some value. Where is that value saved? It should be saved somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, it should be saved somewhere. There is a location what we are giving. That's what we are giving. Apex select list value equal to So in the options, whatever the option you have selected, based on the option what you selected, it will have value.
Its corresponding value will go.
XY. You get my point? Whichever the option you selected, whichever the option I have selected, that option value will be saved to
XYZ.
right. That's what I'm using. Now in our case, what I did, I wrote a variable name called. Now it is a variable. Now if you look at this program, what was this? What was it selected? This string variable. It can hold any type of value. So whatever the option you have selected here, out of this group of options, whichever the option you have selected, you are selecting what? Label. The corresponding value will be there, which will be stored to selected. If you select industry, industry value will be saved. Banking, banking value will be saved. Now whatever the value we are getting, that's what I am using in Apex class and writing a query. Right. So now we got
In the
DB.
same
Yeah. Now we got
example,
DB. Let's finish the topic. Now we're out of the topic again. Now let me finish this. Now I hope you have got. Now if you again deviate, the entire explanation from last 45 minutes will be lost. Right. Now what was the format? Here what we are doing? Here we are trying to form a dynamic query. Now when you are not sure whether you are going to enter the name or not, when you are going to enter the industry or not, then I cannot form a fixed query. I cannot form a fixed query like this. I cannot form a fixed query like this. I cannot form a fixed queries. Now if there are 10 formats, will you write 10 queries? No, that is the reason why we go for dynamic queries. There is a reason why we go for dynamic query. There is a reason why we go for dynamic query. There is a reason why we go for dynamic query. Are you getting my point? Okay. Are you getting my point? So what we are trying to do, we want to form the query dynamically. Same example I am going to give. Public void query. Now selected. What was this selected? What was that variable called selected? What was that value called selected? This string variable. What is the value of this? In the VF page, we are displaying the options. In the option, whichever the option you selected, that option is the value of selected is coming from the option what you selected. Whatever the option you have selected, that option value will be stored in selected. Right. Now, what option I can select? I can select none. If we select none, what is the value we are getting? If I select none, what is the value we are going to get? If we get select none, what is the value? I am going to get none. If I select banking, I am going to get the value as banking. Education, education. Housing, housing. Energy, energy. Item label and item value both are same. If I select education, I will get the value of selected as education. Now selected is what? A variable. Selected is what? It is the name of a variable. I can give anything of my choice. Now I have given. Now option what you selected may be not equal to none. If the option what you selected is not equal to none, I am giving it string query equal to selected. This is the query. If selected is not equal to none, query equal to query plus slash single quote plus slash single. Now what was this? When I say slash single quote, selected, let us say energy, If we have selected an option called energy, we are going to get the value as energy. Then what we have? Plus slash single quote. So what we are going to get? Query where industry equal to. So now once again I'll give it. So single quote start. So where industry equal to slash single quote. That is the end of the string. Plus selected. What is the selected? If I selected the option called energy, this will be what? Energy. Plus slash single quote. What does it mean? Single quote. Slash single quote means single quote. So this is how we are forming the quote. Now if you enter the none, this is the, if you select the none, this is the query. If you don't select the none, this is the query. So I am forming the query dynamically. Based on the option what you selected, I am giving whether I need to give vary condition or not. Based on the option what you selected, I am giving whether you need to give vary condition or not. Then I am executing database dot query. Now go back to this. Now banking. Now somebody has asked me, what is the purpose of mode? Now generally when you display the list of records, look at this. What are you getting here? The background gray color you are getting, right? You are getting a gray color. Now you look at this now. In the data, are you getting any gray color? Let me show you the previous example. Now what is it? In the background, gray color we are getting, then the box. Now what is the output here? The background gray color is not coming, only the box. That is the purpose of mode. Don't display the structure of page block, only display body of the page block. Then now I am giving housing energy. If I give none, don't. If I give none, what is happening here? If I give none, if the option what I selected is, not equal to none, do this. If it is none, the basic query only. If it is equal to none, what should I do? Select ID comma name from account. It is not a valid output. There is a bug there actually. Not equal to null, do that.
So here you have to call that action equal to call instead of show.
Exactly. Basically, the mistake was still we are calling the show method. We are not calling the. That's the reason old functionality was running. What was the bug here? SQL where line number 26. So string format is not properly nested. Select ID comma. Now look at this. I gave account. Immediately I gave where. So what is the query we are getting? The query will be formed like this. Account where. Because you didn't give any space. So what I was giving? Single quote space. So that they don't join next to each other. If I choose none, all the records are coming. Because I told boss, if you choose none, get all the records. If you choose none, get all the records. If you choose other than none, get the specific records. So query is formed as per your input. So you are trying to form what? Dynamic SQL query. The basic structure. We'll see a couple of examples in this session. But is that was clear? Once again, let me revise. Okay. Now somebody is asking me the VF page also. Let me give you the option. Boss, how you are giving the options? This is how I give. So in the pick list, what will be given? What are displayed? Item labels. What will be displayed? Item labels will be displayed. Then what is the purpose of that item value then? Then why you are giving item values? If item label is enough, then because whatever you are giving as item label, they are getting displayed. Then what is the purpose of that item value? If I select this, what is the item value we are going to get? If I select this, I am going to get a value called none. If I select this Hyderabad, I am going to get a value called Hyderabad. What is the value we are going to get? If I select this, what is the value we are going to get? Value. Item value is value. So when you select the label, we are going to get this value. Where is this value saved now? You are getting a value. The value should be stored in some variable. When you select it, the value should be stored in some variable. In which variable we are storing? In which variable we are storing? Store the value, whatever the value we are getting from the pick list, store them in. Now what does it mean? Whichever the value you are getting, based on the label, we are getting a value. That value is stored to a variable called. So what is the value of my name? If I select Hyderabad, TG is the value of my name. If I select the Bangalore, Bangalore is the value of my name. So whatever the value we are getting, that is stored to my name. What is that my name? This is what? Right? Okay. The next I told. What was this? Anything that you write within a single quote is string. So what it is going to print? I gave like this. What happened? Why? Start of the string, end of the string. Testing unknown. You cannot write two strings side by side. If you want to write two strings, it should be concatenation. Now single quote open, single quote close. What was this testing? Unknown. Unknown. But if I give plus, it will give blank. But you give testing. Why? You assumed that if you give a single quote will be printed. No. So what should happen? Single quote / single quote. What does it mean? End of the string, beginning of the string, end of the string. End of the string, beginning of the string. So what is the next one? / single quote. So it is going to print single quote followed by This is how we got. Thank you. My name. This is what we used to do in the system.debug. What is the output? My name. But you want, I don't want my name Kiran, I want my name, I want to print the value like this. Then what should I do? What should I do? My name slash plus name plus. So single quote start. This is the value. Single quote start, single quote end plus. What was given in the single quote start and single quote end? So when you give slash single quote, only single quote will be printed. Plus name. What is the value of name? Plus whatever that is there in the single quote, that will be printed. Slash single quote, which means, I hope you are good, right? People are followed this. Try out 2-3 examples on this. You get it. This is a dynamic. Generally, your queries will be like this only. Static queries will be writing very less. Dynamic, generic programming. When you go, this is the format in which we have to form. Generic programming will be like this only. Right, boss?
What if it's a number instead of a string?
If it require a number, why you write a single quote?
We will not. So it will be like just slash single quote this variable and then.
See, Baba, if you are going to print a single quote value, then I have to use slash single quote. If it is a numerical value, no need of giving a single quote, right? Your query amount greater than 50,000, you won't get a single quote here. But if you say city equal to Hyderabad, you have to write a single quote. Got it?
Correct. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Satish.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Hello, Satish. I missed yesterday's class. May I know whether yesterday's video is uploaded?
Uploaded. It's already in the site.
Okay, thank you.
Satish, in the previous example, why you are using action support?
Because when you change the value in the pick list, automatically I want some action to be called. Generally, what we have done in the previous cases, we clicked on a button, then the method is called. But in this case, we are not clicking on a button. I want the moment I change the value, I want automatically the action to be called. So the moment you change the option, automatically the value to be modified. That is the reason we are giving it. Right.